Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to ScaleHanger 182. In this video I'm going to show you what do you need to start your airbrushing adventure and what equipment I use, because there was a lot of question about it in the past, so I'm gonna answer you now. So maybe it will surprise you, but in my 5-year scale modeling adventure I still don't use any super expensive equipment. So why I still use cheaper stuff? I just prefer to spend my money on a decent model kit or upgrades rather than change equipment that actually works for me. Remember, cheaper, it doesn't mean it's bad. And if you, dear viewer, are a user of very expensive airbrush like Infinity, that's fine. This is an awesome airbrush that I probably will get myself one day, but for someone that just looking to start airbrushing, my advice is go cheaper. You must learn what to do with it, how it works and what problems can occur, how to take it apart, clean it and maintain. Because with more expensive airbrushes they are harder to take apart and put back together. And if you accidentally break something, you don't have to spend a lot of money on replacement parts or to buy new airbrush. There are a few different types of airbrushes on the market. For scale modeling, the best choice is dual action gravity feed airbrush, like this one, BARTSHARP 183. The difference between dual and single action airbrush is this trigger. In single action airbrushes, when you press the trigger down, both air and paint start to flow, while with double action, when you press the trigger, only air starts to flow. You need to pull the trigger back to release the paint. The more you pull it, the more paint will go. This allows you to control the amount of paint coming out of the airbrush. The flow of the paint can be adjusted even while painting, and this is a huge advantage. There are also airbrushes based on the feed. Gravity feed like this BARTSHARP 183 and BARTSHARP 180, and siphon feed like this BARTSHARP 133. This one is actually a side siphon feed. Gravity feed has a paint cap on the top of the airbrush where the gravity pulls the paint into the mixing chamber. It requires less air pressure, so it's better for fine lines. Siphon feed airbrushes have a bottle connected to the bottom. This type of airbrush requires more air pressure and more paint in a bottle. This is not very helpful for general model painting, but it has some advantages when it comes to paint larger surfaces, bigger scale models or large ships. So sometimes it's good to have one, especially if it's a low cost. So as primary airbrush, now I use BARTSHARP 183. With its 0.5mm nozzle, it's good for general spraying jobs. I use it for base coats, priming and clear coating. It comes with 2cc, 5cc and 13cc paint cups. While most of the time I use regular 5cc cup, it's handy to have 13cc for larger surfaces to paint. My secondary airbrush is BARTSHARP 180. It's fitted with 0.2mm nozzle, so you can use it for more precise detailing. Both airbrushes can be fitted with different size of needles, but for more info, just check the website. Another thing you must have for airbrushing is air supply. Don't even think about buying air cans, they are a waste of money. You need a proper compressor. So this is what I use, single piston BARTSHARP TC88T. Compressor with 3-liter air tank. Tank stabilizes pressure. When air pressure inside drops below some point, the compressor starts pumping air to the tank. Tank eliminates most of the air pulsation going from the piston to your airbrush. It's got air pressure gauge and pressure regulator. A water trap filter ensures dry and clean air. It prevents moisture to go through air hose to your airbrush. And this compressor works in 2 power modes. You got this switch over here. On first mode, it stops pumping air when reach certain air pressure inside the tank and starts pumping again when air pressure drops below certain point. Mode 2 is continuous air pressure pumping. It enables higher air pressure if required, but of course for shorter duration, as compressor overheats pretty quickly on this mode. Speaking about overheating, this compressor has auto thermal safety cutoff, so if it starts overheating, it will automatically stop the motor. This compressor is not expensive, and it also comes with Airbrush plus compressor bundles. But what about other helpful accessories? I have a few of these you might want to get and equip yourself as well, like mask, spray booth and variety of cleaning accessories. But I will do another video about those. Thanks for watching and see you very soon.